Welcome to the Bingham High School commencement exercises. For the graduating class of 2001. We'll begin our program this afternoon with the presentation of the national anthem by the a cappella choir directed by Miss Maureen Hatch, following which we'll have a welcome address by Ryan Schultz, the senior class president. Will the audience and graduates please rise for the national anthem?
Welcome Dr. Barry Newbold, Peggy Jo Kennett, Mr. Hicks, friends, family, and the class of 2001. So here we are, the class of 2001, and I'm sure that to all of us graduation was the last thing that we were thinking about. We were just having way too much fun to be thinking about that. Whether it be a sports event, late night homework, or just hanging out with friends, it seemed as if high school would last forever. Well, graduation has finally come, and it is time for us to step into the spotlight and have our own moment of success. Today is the day that we turn to face tomorrow, and for the rest of our lives, the memories that we have made in the last 3 years will stick with us and help us remember the great times that we had together at Bingham. The last 13 years have taught us so much emotionally and socially. We started out so small, from the times when we were in elementary and nothing really mattered, to the times in middle school, which seemed to portray a little more responsibility because we had to act a little more mature and grown up. By the time the 9th grade came around, we were the kings of the school. And then we took a giant step right back down to the bottom of the chain as sophomores. And this year, as seniors, we have carried on the traditions for the underclassmen and set the example. We have laughed and cried and cheered and yelled and loved every minute of it. Now it is time for us to take that 13 years of knowledge and go out into the world and use it. The class of 2001 has achieved so much. We currently have 7 valedictorians, and we are of the smaller classes to graduate here at Bingham within the decade, actually one of the smallest classes in the last 20 years. And we can thank the opening of Riverton High School for that. With the opening of Riverton, we've all grown uniquely in a sense that most of us have been together for more than just the 3 years of high school. We've also had some younger years in middle school, and that has brought us together even closer. We've learned so much emotionally, and because we have been so close, it has taught us how to become a closer class. And we've all found a certain groups that we like to hang out with. And this certain group of friends is probably responsible for 75% of the way we've acted throughout high school. And everything that we have learned in the past 3 years at Bingham, whether it be educationally, socially, or emotionally, will carry us throughout our lives. And each one of us will head down a different road. However, no matter which road we head down, and no matter where our lives take us, we will always share one thing. We are the Bingham High School class of 2001, and we are truly the official class of the millennium. No matter what road you choose to go down in life, choose one that is going to be enjoyable, and live life to the fullest. You will regret the things you didn't do more than the ones that you did. Far and away, the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. And this quote by Theodore Roosevelt just emphasizes the fact that no matter how hard life is, you can choose something that is enjoyable and worthwhile. Be willing to work and know that you must work hard. Avoid taking the easy way out. Vince Lombardi cautioned, "Once you learn to quit, it becomes a habit. Pursue excellence and not success. Success is limited in supply, but excellence is available to everyone." This quote by Chelsea Brandt stated in her speech last year. And no matter what you choose to do in life, remember where your roots came from, and don't forget the class of 2001. As we leave today, we will all be taking a part of Bingham High School with us. Bingham is rich in tradition. It is an honor to graduate from Bingham High School. Let's look forward to seeing each other at reunions. Let us not forget the times that we had together. And sure, things will be different, but that's all a part of growing up. This is the place from which we got our start, and you are the people that we shared our beginnings with. The end is here, and it is time for us to become responsible adults, whether it be a job, a mission, marriage, military, etc. It is time to take on the challenges of life. Here at Bingham, we've learned so much, not just in education, but also socially. And each one of us has done our part to make Bingham what it is. So as you leave today, remember the Bingham High School class of 2001 as one of the most truly excellent classes to graduate. And may your part of the class of 2001 continue to make you proud. Thank you. And now if I could have the senior class officers come up and present the class gift. If you can see it. This is the class gift this year has been chosen as a B to be put on the south side of the school in front of the art department. The B will be placed on the top of the wall that already exists directly under the trees that are there. And the B will be close to 8 feet tall and 6 feet wide and painted white. The B will then have a small brick wall, as you can see, encircling it, and that will be filled with blue and white flowers. We chose this gift because most of Bingham is already being remodeled, and every idea that we came up with, they told us they were already doing. So we felt that this gift would help the class of 2001 to be remembered at Bingham, and it would also help people remember the impact that we had on the school, and this impact would be looked upon as the class that put forth great effort to help make Bingham what it is today. Thank you. Okay, now the a cappella choir seniors will favor us with a musical entitled May You Go Forth in Love, and this is by Sally Albrecht and directed by Maureen Hatch, and after which we will have a graduation address by Stephanie Aston, this year's valedictorian representative. Then following Stephanie, we will hear a music number by the Bingham High School Symphony entitled Millennium, composed by Richard Meyer and conducted by Cindy Petty. And then we will hear from our principal, Mr. Thomas Hicks. Thank you.
Dr. Barry Newbold, Peggy Jo Kennett, Principal Hicks, families, friends, graduates. This is such an important day that, I just wanted to get a picture, if that's okay. Thank you. 3 years ago, in the year 1998, the new arrival of sophomores approached Bingham, anxious to start a new chapter of their lives called high school. They were welcomed by a large sign outside Bingham which said, "Welcome, sophomores," and the mothers who drive them. Well, we've come a long way since then. We are now at the top and ready to begin another chapter of our lives. But we should not forget all the things we learned at Bingham. I asked many students what was one thing they learned from attending Bingham for 3 years. Many replied that they learned to be themselves and to act as an individual. Others stated that they learned how to establish long-lasting friendships. One other student learned to appreciate Hall C when it did not smell of a 2-year-old protein drink. I noticed no one mentioned anything about calculus. All the experiences and knowledge we learned at Bingham, we will take into our future. In just a few hours, high school will be just another wonderful memory. And then our future is in our hands, not our parents'. What are you going to do with your future? I know the typical teenage response is, I don't know. You all remember in grade school when you had these dreams and ambitions of what you wanted to be when you grew up? I want to be a doctor, or a teacher, or maybe a millionaire. Well, the best way to make a dream come true is to wake up and to do something about it. A long time ago, a man named Socrates wrote, "To be is to do." Along that line, a man named Aristotle wrote, "To do is to be." Our grandparents' generation was inspired by a man named Sinatra, who said, "Do be, do." In our day, the saying seems to be, just do it. If you have a desire to be a doctor, go get your medical degree. If you love helping people, maybe the right job for you is a social worker. Or if you want to be a teacher, well, you better have a year's supply of aspirin. But whatever you want to be, make sure you just do it to the best of your ability. Don't ever give up. It's better to aim for the moon and to miss it than to aim for nothing and hit it. We are moving on in our lives and becoming more independent. We are going to learn the results of our successes and our failures. As long as you learn from your failures, you haven't really failed, you've succeeded. Paul H. Dunn said, "There's no disgrace in falling down, the disgrace is just lying there." If you choose not to try, then you are personally choosing to fail. As we start